everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Desynced, Vanilla Edition. When we last left off, we had begun harvesting our giant wheat field. And we've made quite the headway in seed collection. I have once again waited for a while for this wheat to grow. And we're just going to keep harvesting. That's all we can really do. And yes, I know it's kind of easy to kind of just do the same thing twice, but this time I almost had an idea to talk about for once. Problem being, my voice is shot. Once again, I have decided to acquire the plague known as Streptococcus, and now it just hurts to speak and swallow. Honest to God, if I didn't know any better, I would say I have rabies. But rabies also causes aggression, and I'm not aggro. Yet. But there's still hope. There's still hope for me to acquire rabies. Just need to go find a dog to get bit by. In continuing with the theme of, I guess, just kind of rambling about the past, I thought it'd be fun to discuss the next next server that I kind of server hopped to, that I at least can remember. Obviously, I mentioned I started on EMLE server. I don't even know what the actual server's called. I only just know it by its server title. It's long dead. And then I went to Trinity, and then around this time, there was a server called Bashcraft. There's Bashiverse. He created a little mini-series. I think it was like one of the first ones that tried to make a storyboard Minecraft sort of thing. And it was decently popular. And he had eventually decided to make a public server, which was really cool. What we did... But what he did was the Legend of Hobo, which I found mildly amusing. Now, he has since rebranded to Toasty XD or whatever, or something akin to that, and he's also died. The creator has died as well. Which is a little sad, but life happens. He died of COVID. But he actually had unlisted all of his videos before he decided to up and die. I don't know. I still have a playlist link to the Bashcraft stuff. The Bashcraft with the Legend of Hobo series. But yeah, he made a server, and that's kind of where my next server stop sort of ended up. It's where I acquired the final piece to my first friend group that has since mostly dissolved. We used to kind of get together once in a while, but nothing ever sticks. We don't actively chat with each other or fight, or talk about our days or anything. So, I think this is where I first really got into hacked clients. I had become, at this point in my life, thanks to the influences of Team Evolution, to decide I want to be a griefer. I want to ruin people's days. All their hard work like this farm or that passive mob farm up there. Gotta ruin people's day. And we use something called the Epsilon client, which was quite the client. It was like the only public client we could really, that, as far as I'm aware, at that point in time, it was the only public client that you could really get access to that was free. As you know, free and not full of viruses, I should clarify. Free and not full of viruses. So we ran around the Beta 1.7 server for a while. My first thing I did on that server, I still remember it because it's how well I think that is. I x-rayed a crap ton of diamonds and just started randomly distributing it to random people on the server. But I distributed it to, specifically to poor people, not rich people. I think I also assisted in obliterating the spawn, because I do remember the spawn being an absolute nightmare of vaguely blue structures. So with that in mind, the real fun was tracking people down, tracking other people's bases down, and then, you know, burning it to the ground. That's the most fun you really get out of the primitive griefing. For we had no tact. We were just the griefers who destroyed. We were not sly. No tact because, you know, 11-year-olds don't have tact. What are you talking about? So really we just generally made a mess of things, and it was not helpful. I'm gonna eat this ham and then we're gonna try and top off one of these things and run back real quick. Actually, easiest way to do that. We'll just take this way back. Simple enough, right? We're just gonna have to plant these seeds, though. There's no getting around that. I'll just toss that. Just to keep getting this, collecting that. 5 dirt is not going to kill me. Seeds I do want. All the weeds. I have plenty. Way more than I actually know what to do with. Come on, crawl a little faster, please. Ow. It hurts. It really does hurt to speak. Yeah, we got a pretty full chest of wheat. I'm still gonna try and store this. We are unfortunately gonna have to pause on our harvest to actually plant this stuff. Here works. Maybe one day I'll build an actual house instead of, what ends up being the most cramped storage shed ever devised. Alright, we're just gonna start planting here. Seeds need to go. We can't stow them all in our inventory right now. I'm trying to think, and it's once we got banned from Bashcraft, that's when I think for a while we went on a server destruction run, for lack of a better term. You all need to shut up and die. So I don't remember any particular servers that that a name rings the bell. It was around this time though that Tekkit came out, so I think we were probably server hopping and just torching servers randomly for probably a few months. And then, obviously, since modded clients don't really have hacked clients, we were actually forced to play the game again. But, Tekkit was our thing for a hot minute. And I would say that was the first taste of modded Minecraft, and by God, was it a delicious taste. I think a lot of that process can be described as learning. We were also still, because none of us could run Minecraft servers on our own anyway. We were not only too poor, but also our PCs would just cry at the thought of running more than one Minecraft instance, let alone two. Plus, none of our internets were good. We're, again, children, so being stupid is par for the course. But I would describe the Tekkit experience to be, we still were lightly trolly, very trolly. And it was also this instance where we had begun, because after what we had been doing, the experiences that we brought with after, torching everyone's stuff is, well, we don't want to be grieved. So we usually just decided to fuck off into the wilderness and never be seen again. Like, very rarely would we go interact with any outside server stuff. Like, I'm talking, we would, everything would just be, like, hidden to hell and back. We wouldn't have, like, surface builds. We'd have, like, a dirt wall. We'd have a dirt wall that symbolized our base entrance, and you had to break in. memorable moments, I would say, is usually, because this is Tekkit, the best stuff in the game is no longer diamond. It's obviously like, at the time, it was nano and quantum armor. So getting into engagements at spawn was actually a bit more interesting because there was actually some stakes. Because you could go harass somebody, and then somebody else might come in with quantum armor and absolutely decide to tell you to knock it off by just slaughtering you instead and taking your hard-earned nano gear, which can lead to some funny implications. That a mild spawn protecting job was just kind of occurring often because make some gear, slaughter the local populace, some savior would come and stab the shit out of me and my friends and start the process over. Though the real fun is when we eventually killed him and took his quantum gear. At that point, then now there was nobody to stop us. That's what was the real fun part. Not really the real fun part, but that's like, I would say the highlight reel, I guess, of that section. Now, obviously, Minecraft is still updating. And ow. I don't remember the server name, but this is I think 1.25. It was a new server for 1.25. You know, the colorful wooden planks had just gotten added, so now you could spruce up your builds with some shinier planks other than lightly yellowish oak, which is cool. You know, you need that. Need some variety. I still find a birch pine combo to be the best wood palette. But I think for about 3 to 4 months I was on this other server where I was once again trying to rebuild Lindenberg on a different server. And that worked pretty well. Made it like an observatory sort of deal. We had like a biodome. A small biodome, not a big one. What do you think I am? Rich? No. I'm poor. Poverty was my life. So, which worked for all about months, I would say, and then I made the unfortunate discovery that hacked clients were back on the menu. So I did what any logical, sane, small child would do. I griefed the server that I was primarily playing on. All for fun. And then I also managed to get someone else to take the fall for that. And then I continued to grief like an idiot. And I would say it was probably, you know, that might not actually have water. I don't have a bucket. And I want to say that really solidifies like the main And I really emphasize the main portion of like the server experience that I had. I did play on, I think there was a somewhere between this and Tekkit. I was playing an FTB. I forget when FTB started, Feed the Beast. It's like another proper mod pack that was similar in Tekkit and actually worked. I'm trying to think. But I know I played on like an FTB public server for a hot minute. And Young Me tried to record episodes on that, but guess what? PC potato still. PC is a hyper mega giga potato. Still at this point in life, so it's not like I could record at any respectable frames, but I still have the files laying around somewhere. I think it's like we made a base in the wall and started like equivalent exchanging a bunch of garbage. I think. I don't know. It's been too long. Oh no, it got moisturized. Good. It got moisturized. Alright, how many more seeds we got? Some more. That's good. And I think after that, I don't really know. A lot of this is being kind of put together based upon I have kept. So when I started playing Minecraft to beta 1.8 to beta 1.9, I don't have any screenshots. So about 6 months, I have moved computers and didn't think to take any of the screenshots because they're like, oh, I'll have that computer forever. No, you won't. No, you won't. But after that, I have every screenshot from beta pre-release 5, I think, onward. Every Minecraft screenshot I have taken, which is a great source of like, wow, how long has it been since we did that? It's also great to like, and I don't think any of my other friends actually have like half of these things, so it's like, hey guys, remember this? And I just show them one of our screenshots, and it's like, oh my god, I remember that. And being the only one, it's like, damn, that's cool. I have to look at my screenshots for the next wheat harvesting story. If I can remember any. The great Minecraft tales, I guess. But I'm gonna get over here. And in any case, I hope y'all have enjoyed listening to me ramble. Hope you enjoyed watching me harvest wheat and listening to the tales of long lost Kieran. Bye!